Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cosmoteer, where we are looking at the Grants, and I've been making some modifications to her. Full disclaimer, in that regard, for once I've been going into creative mode with the ship, and I tried it out a couple of times to see where the main weaknesses were, and I've modified it a bit so she is a bit more effective. We can still do that one. Forgot to change that on this design. Yeah. Ready to go, I believe. Of course, she still has her 4 rocket launchers, her 3 rocket turrets. They can do a lot of damage. And actually, I'm making money with this change. There's one thing I do not like, though. So I am actually gonna lose money in the end, but yeah, that's that. We still... No, I removed a couple of these, and I do want them back. You know, storing heat is always useful. I wish I could do that in real life, just store heat, not energy, but just heat. But it is what it is. Let's make it happen, folks. Let's start the very large refits. Yes. What are you gonna do now, crew? You do have a... Yeah, you do. Oh, yes, that might be an issue. Delete row. Delete row. Delete row. Let's clean this up a bit. There we go. You girls are also required by law on low priority to do that, because you're closest to the airlock. There we go. Nice. All the materials are stored in a material bay. Okay, now we need to do the one thing I hate doing in a way, but also in a way I enjoy doing it. Start reloading. Now, you may ask yourself, like, Larry, you could just, you know, rocket factory. You know, I could just add a rocket factory here. And you're right, I could. I'm not going to. The whole idea, the whole spiel of having a supply ship. What's the fun of having these ships if I don't use them to supply myself? So, yes, let's supply the ship, shall we? And of course we run out of resources, and while sending out these ships to mine, we actually got caught by a pirate. How utterly annoying. How utterly annoying indeed. So I'm sending my faster ships to help out. Luckily the freighter is not entirely, the factory is not entirely undefended, but oh, these fighters will struggle. With this big meanie. Luckily, I also have a couple of Guardians coming in. They're on low ammo though, and they're essentially out of ammo. Ooh, yeah, they'll be able to hold the line. They'll be able to hold the line. Fighters are departing. Rocket ship is departing. This Guardian, you actually have some ammo. I'm gonna send you as well. Maybe overkill, but I'm gonna send you. distance, please. Get behind. Get behind. Real warships have arrived. Now, do you have disruptors? Yes, you do. You target this disruptor, you target this disruptor. The disruptors needs to go, and they need to go now. Like yesterday would be fine. Would be a fine date for the disruptors to be gone. Okay, one disruptor neutralized, but this ship really needs to learn how to... Well, that was a good 3 disruptor hit myself, so could be worse, I guess. We completely knocked her out of formation there. And my fighters are hammering the engines. Let's do that. You. Target those engines. There is another disruptor here. I thought that disruptor was dead. It wasn't. That is unfortunate. Disruptors tend to ruin my shields. Without shields, those cannons will hurt. Talking about cannons, you still have a shot, right? Okay, the disruptor is gone now. Now you can actually focus on that shield generator there. My fighters are killing it though, so... In the end, I think I should be fine without these ships. Gonna pull you back home, and well, you haven't even left because you're stuck on a AI ship. So I'm gonna pull those back. Fighter target over there. Are you finished with those engines? Yeah, pretty much. Target a reactor. You. For the love of God, let's close in a bit. Target over there. I want you to start turning. And I want you to keep hitting that shield generator, please, with all your might. All your disruptive might. Because that's all you have, disruptors. Oh, no, wait. You have ammo. Nice. That is actually very useful. Alright. I'm feeling confident, even though this ship here is taking... Oh, God. That is bad. They've breached the armor entirely. And they knocked out the thruster. How the hell did you do that, mate? Fire prevention. Where the hell is my fire crew? I need to add more fire crew on this ship. You only have one. Oof. Let's rotate a bit, so the enemy guns will not hit you as much anymore. Oh, that fire is spreading into the fire extinguisher systems. Great. Just great. You're still active, you're still being vented, you're still being vented. Okay, venting is fine. Target over there. In the meanwhile, one of my fighters is digging into the reactor core. That is good. I mean, we are shutting her down. It's very slow progress, but it is progress, right? However, this situation here is very worrisome to me. We might be looking at a serious... Can we do that? Can we cheat that fire away? Ladies and gentlemen, this ship, disengage, head back home, maximum speed. That fire is out of control. Oh, yes, reactor down. Oh my God, we did it. We did it. The reinforcements were almost there as well. That's how tight it really was. Please start repairing. I fear the worst. Oh my god, the fire reached the reactor. We're trying to save what can be saved, but the fire is out of control, ladies and gentlemen. If one of the reactors blows up, it's over. Let's just burn her down. Nothing we can do. That is the first real ship lost, ladies and gentlemen. No, the second, officially. We had one of the fighters lose... I should have abandoned ship, really. Anyway, one of my fighters lost a cockpit before. In essence, that is a complete loss as well. Okay, so the Guardians need an immediate, complete overhaul. The fact that this happened is completely unacceptable. Transfer crew, though. Transfer half of your crew to the old ship. Well, that ship is a bit of a mess, isn't it? I want you to fix a reactor. I want you to fix the bridge. Can we get some of the engines up and running? Okay. You two, head back home. Now, since we lost those ships, I am going to bring extra reinforcements in now. I sent them back earlier because I thought, yeah, well, we'll be fine. No, we're not. Let's quickly continue grabbing some materials, and then I'll be back with the upgrades. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Our ships have been repaired, all three of the Guardians, and yeah, I've been looking at them. And yeah, we have 2 fire prevention systems all the way up here. What happened was we got a breach here, and it spread really quickly, knocking out the right fire door thing. So, yes, changes need to be made immediately. We need to upgrade the amount of fire prevention systems to said ship. Let's add 2 more. Let's see. I could add 1 here if I move. On the big thermal battery. Do I need the big thermal battery? Really? We can replace it with a small one. And add that. Do I really need a small one? Honestly, no. Let's just get rid... I know why I placed them. I had some plans. Plans within plans within plans. Let's add the what are they called again? The airlocks to the rear of the ship. So next time, if this happens, and I know the ship is lost, I knew it the moment I lost one of the fire systems. Let's hit the abandoned ship button, shall we? Okay, that is a bit better. Well, we have a 10,000 storage. We're using up. That is a lot of heat, though. We're currently well, adding to the ship. Okay, how can we make... I think we need to make this ship a bit bigger. Again. And it's possible. We got some room to play with. Let's start off here. Let's cut this section of the ship. Now looking at the shield generator, if I do this, all systems are still protected by the shield from frontal hits. Mind you, it is strictly frontal hits that we're talking about here. Okay, yeah, let's be honest, I do want... That gives me 8,000. 6,000 is enough. Do I want to add them there, or do I want to add them over here to the rear of the ship? The rear is the safer option, right? At least to some extent. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Okay. Yeah, I think, honestly, a complete overhaul of the systems are in order. At least of this aft section of the entire... Yeah. Let's just get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, look at that. Nice and clean. We can work with that. First things first. Let's do that, and let us add... Normally we do have to... We were unlucky that our cannon was also disabled due to lack of ammo. I really should have paid attention to those ships before I sent them out as escorts. So I do think in terms of firepower they're not great, of course, but they're alright. I don't really feel like adding another one. Adding a large cannon like this will give me some flanking firepower that might actually be useful. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, folks. Okay. Okay, seriously. Let's get rid of those as well. Let's get rid of this. Okay, yeah. Yeah, clean up, folks. Clean up everything. Like I said, complete overhaul is a complete overhaul. MRTs. Let's start off with you. Let's move the fuel pods to the outside. I'd rather lose a fuel pod than the engine itself. Now, we need to power this. Currently, we have one small reactor. I'm more than willing to add a big reactor as well. I mean, in terms of power we can use it. Let's put it like that. last one. Thank you. Okay. Power generation. Check. Heat systems. Check. Okay. Yeah, we're venting all of it, but I do want a single cell, if nothing else, to keep track of extra heat. I don't like the pipe system. It's not bad, and it's functional. It works really well, but I'm not a fan of it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put the airlocks over here. That'll be fine. Okay. Now, if I move you to the side, I can add a proper bridge over here. I don't want that door. I do want a door over there, so we can access the engine relatively quickly. On the other side, I guess the door can go over here. That's fine. And a door over there and there. Okay. Okay. Looking good. Now, what's next? Crew quarters. And, of course, our main gun. I did like the main gun position here. However, I will add some extra protection here in case of shots blasting through again. Don't like that. And then comes the real kicker, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get enough crew in again? And keep the system working? That is always a tricky one. Okay, 30 crew members. We need 60 at the very least to get operational. It should be doable. Okay, let's go back to the smaller ones. Mirror mode off. Get the triple one. No, I want to keep that clear for ammo. "54 crew members. Yeah, of course, we didn't have all our crew members on board. We only had like 30 crew members on the ship at the time of the refit. We can do something like that. Gives me 66 crew members out of the 70. We need 77 crew members for this. Okay, first things first. The cannon needs to be loaded. Secondary objective, we need to load the side guns. And this is gonna be beautiful as extra storage space for extra ammo. Now, I do want to be able to access this from above. Like so. Okay. Okay. Then I want extra crew quarters over there. "76 crew members out of the 77 needed, right? Yeah. Suggested 77. I'm at 76. We have 1, 2. Hello, fire prevention. Did I only? Oh no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, take that. Take that, game. Fool me once, shame on me. Well, no, shame on you, really. Fool me twice, shame on me. Okay, That is that. Let's just add a bit more armor here as well. Make it harder to penetrate the armor. Do I want to? I could just really close it up entirely. Let's do add that then. Make it, yeah, okay, fine. Not great, but fine. Very expensive in terms of material costs, but let's see what it will be like. You can feel she's become bigger. Why do I have so many of these crew? Let's clean that up. Okay, that's what I can work with. Now, factory, load up. Now, over here, load up. Back to the factory to remove the materials we have remaining. And we forgot to hyperdrive, didn't we? Mad. Alright, back to the drawing board it is. Hyperdrive. The easiest solution is to sacrifice ammo. Getting 2 of these drives, 49. Although, hold on, if I get 2 of these drives there, that's 72%. Okay, then I only need to add 1 more. Okay, how can I add 1 more, ladies and gentlemen? Now the puzzling game begins. This is a possibility. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's a possibility. It's not bad, actually. We can still access everything. I do want extra doors there. And a door there. And remove that door. Okay, yes, let's do it. And let's load them up. Okay, jump drives loaded. Do I approve of this design? It's become better. We have some side-mounted firepower now. Extra. We don't have a lot of ammo on the ship currently, though. Let's see if we can improve that next. Let's use the same trick here. Allowing me to add a large cargo facility on that side. And another one there. Still everything is accessible. $1,500 rounds. I think 1,500 rounds is a nice number. Mental note, we're out of raw materials again. Okay. Save ship design. This is the Guardian Mark III. This will my Alpha Guardian. Now, hello little guy. Load ship design. $21,000. That's actually not bad. Let's start upgrading you, and immediately as well, load ship design. Another 18,000. Let's get these ships up to speed. We're using supplies from the supply ships here. Yeah, they're running low. Neat. Oof. I'm gonna have to pay extra, don't I? Still gonna have to pay extra, don't I? And now I can't afford it anymore. Game? You're pissing me off right now. Okay, guys. Not funny. And that's sad though. Ooh. We have a door now. Yay! Now we need 30. Great. Just trying something out here. For the love of God. Yes, a door! Now we can actually be operational. God, that took way too long, folks. Alpha, Bravo. And of course, Charlie? I don't know. I think so. No. Of course not. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie Guardian. Okay. I want you to unload whatever raw materials and other stuff you have. Instead, start loading ammo. We have some ammo supplies yet. Let's use them. Getting you up to almost 1,000. Almost 1,000 is good to get into combat. 1,500 is better. However, we still have plenty of sulfur, so building ammo is not a problem. It's also the only factory that I have 2 of. Yay me. You can only hold 1,400. Ship operational. Thank you. You're operational. Bravo still needs some ammo. No. For the love of God. God. Oh my God, look at that! I believe she's finished. That was some terrible construction work, my friends. Terrible construction work. That said though, all 3 ships are now operational. All 3 have much heavier fire prevention installed. Which honestly is good. Alright, you girls will go with the factory. Because, honestly, we wasted, like, a lot of materials. In fact, let's see. Let's combine a bit. I have the feeling this ship is, yeah, half empty. And most of it is ammo that you still have lying around. Whoa. Hold on. Are you saying you used up all your, Oh my. Yeah. You are really out of ammo as well. Tell me, do you have any remaining before we go? Oh, 100. That's not great. Eh? Where did I... Why did I contact you? Back from the Charlie Guardian. And instead, I need you... Oh, these are flipping out. Nice. Triumvirate. Yeah, send that ammo to the Triumvirate, please. That'll make this ship operational again. Barely. But she's operational, at least. Yeah, little guy, go away. The patrol ship here for the system. 40. Yeah, out of ammo. Right. I'm off to mine again, I suppose. And I'll see you guys in a minute. So, we have an asteroid field, ladies and gentlemen. And it just said, you know, clear asteroid field. So I thought, we'll be facing one enemy. I don't need to send my entire fleet. I can just send a small squadron of ships. Then I'd stop paying attention for a moment, and suddenly I am jumped. And one of my fighters already lost most of its shield, and I haven't even started moving yet. So, yikes. I want all my ships to destroy whatever that reactor thing is. There. Luckily, we are inside a very nasty nebula, and the enemy takes advantage of that, but so do I. And yeah, I'm a bit worried about that other ship there. It's just out of reach, but let's hope the improved Guardians will be able to handle themselves. We have one Gatling gun with us, but right now I'm mostly hoping that my fighters with their increased weapon damage will be able to break through the enemy shields quickly before dying. Start maneuvering. We have our first cannon shots come in. And of course the rest of my fleet, well, my war fleet, is on its way. Okay, shield is almost down, shield is down, shield is down. Please destroy this crystal to begin with. That makes it so much harder for the enemy to hit me with that bloody beam. I don't even want to know how damaged my fighter is by now. It will be bad, I reckon. Yeah, minor damage. Okay. Okay. We can do this. We can do this, folks. We got jumped on, but we got the power. Yoink, Gatling shot. Even in slow motion, they are cool. And there goes the reactor. Ladies and gentlemen, we killed our first enemy here. Of course, we're looking at some minor damage to one of my fighters, I think. One of my fighters, really. Yeah, some armor damage here? Not even. Get that fixed. We lost an engine on that fighter. That is worrisome. The enemy ship is over there. Oh, we are just going to attack it, right? Yeah, U5. Do I still send for my reinforcements? Yes, I don't. Send them back. Send them back, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need them. Alright, repairs are starting. Good. Means we are down one ship for this fight. Which honestly is fine. It's just a fighter. Now, if it gets completely crushed now, that would be hilarious. Also, ship is almost repaired. So she might join the party later on. Let's go. What do we have? Something with rockets. That's a shame, because I don't have a lot of point defense with me. Still waiting on a single door. There you are. The cables to build the door, I suppose. We are watching it in slow motion, ladies and gentlemen. How do you build a door? Like that. Construction is done. Reactor is overloading. Good. Oh, see the light blue bar, by the way? That is the oxygen bar of a crew member in outer space. Once it runs out, the crew member will die. Generally, that only happens if you don't have an airlock near. Alright. This fighter may actually join the fun. Also, what the hell happened here, mate? You know what? Target over there. Second fighter is coming in, Gatling is coming in, okay. Something just blew up, not sure what it was. I'm sure there is no guns on that side of the craft. Also, what's up with my maneuvering here? My god, that is terrible. Well, we got a couple of point defense guns shooting at the rockets, but yeah, soak it up with the shield, thank you. We have some terrible shooting going on right now, terrible maneuvering mostly. You would have thought these ships had enough sideways thrust with these, but next time we need to that we upgrade these ships, we need to upgrade its propulsion system, because it is slacking a bit. It's not quite good enough. Okay. This fighter, please target the reactor. The missile launcher now. Gatling is coming in, and my fighter, remember, they're doing over 110 meters a second. That is very good. Gatlings, active, ladies and gentlemen. And, ooh, nice shot, the rocket, one of the rockets is down. That is a large portion of her firepower gone. Yeah, we keep circling around her. We really have some issues with the maneuvering here. We need some maneuvering thrusters on the bow of that ship, honestly. Okay, we got this. Let's clean it up. My last fighter is arriving. And there we go. Threat neutralized. A job well done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is both the end of this episode and essentially the end of this star system, right? I mean, I don't think there are any more hostiles. So, yay. I am not sure what position to take here. Yeah, that's only a single one. Well, we can try a faction conflict, though. Nuking out the French system from this sector. Could be interesting. There's a fugitive bounty on that station. Is that the station we need to kill? That's the ships. Brixbury base. Endicott base. I think that is a still unknown base to me. The Cabal Soul Hunter. Danger level 9. I mean, we definitely can do that, right? We definitely can do that. Why not? Why not do... Oh my god, where the hell are you guys? Oh, well, I might as well stop now. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to any of that. Restock the Lady Gatling. Restock Charlie. Restock Alpha. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Ships restocked, ready for action once more. And with that, I wish you all farewell.